Yo, you two, what's going on, man? We day two of this bitch, on the SR, and yeah, my typical advice for anyone who's on because this happened to me when I first started wanting to stop watching porn and stop masturbating. I would typically get to day three, day four, day five, and then I'd relapse and go back. And I still have video journals from this day of me, oh, I failed again, I'm back on day three. But one of the things was that I just had too much spare time. I had too much available time, and something that I recommend. So, something that I recommend to keep you busy and to keep you from relapsing, because a lot of the time it's boredom induced, is to be busy and to incorporate productivity techniques and time blocking techniques. Every single hour of my day is planned and regimented. Even now, this is supposed to be my workout block and my shower block, but fortunately, I finished those things already before 11:30 a.m. So having for whatever you can do to fill up time is so important. It's just so important. And exercising. A lot of the time, if you have the luxury, because it's a luxury to be able to beat your meat and ejaculate several times a day, that's a luxury. That's something that I could do when I was 18, 19, 20 with sex or with masturbation. It's ridiculous. It's just constant waste of energy. And this is why I recommend not working out 3 times a week, not recommend working out 4 times a week, working out every single day. You need to be training your body or moving your body every single day with no days off. It's just that simple. So maybe this might mean, so if you're doing like a 3 day a week workout routine, I'm calling cap. You can be doing cardio every single day, whether it's jumping in place. You can be doing 10 to 15 minutes of persistence exercise. And I always also recommend a resistance exercise, even if it's just a few push-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 squats, do something physical. Me personally, I go to the gym once a week, once or twice a week, typically on the weekend because it takes more time. And right now I work out in the crib. I don't even have a pull-up bar. There's other ways to train your back with a resistance band and with like a pull-up. If you have the means to get some pull-up equipment and forearm grips, you can train every single part of your body at home without leaving the crib. And unfortunately, I'm in a position where I can't go to the gym during the week, but you absolutely must be training every day. I can't go to the gym during the week because it just takes up too much of my time. If I finish my work block at 10, head to the gym, going to the gym takes 15 minutes, and then I'm at the gym, I'm prepping, it just takes too much of my time. Every minute counts, which is, again. So, yeah, I just recommend if you have a job fills up your time. If you have a job and you're masturbating, you're probably not doing it at work, right? I mean, if you're doing it at work, then yeah, it's peak and I can relate. I remember being in university and going to the toilets when I'm supposed to be revising, studying for exams, and letting one out in the disabled toilets. That's how bad it used to be. So I understand. But for the most part, yeah, you want to be training, you want to keep your time busy. I recommend time blocking. Me personally, I start my day at 5. Between 5 and 6:30 is my me time, where I train my martial arts, I meditate, I journal, I read, and I am bilingual. So just practice verbs and practice grammar of the language that is now under my possession. Then between 6:30 and 8 o'clock, I'm devoting to a specific client. Then I have a 30-minute rest. During that 30-minute rest, everything is planned. During that 30-minute rest, I might brush my teeth. I will brush my teeth. I will stretch. Everything's regimented. And then I go work on my next most important client for 90 minutes. And I might take breaks in between. You can split those 90 minutes into chunks, but that's just what I found works best for me. I work in 90-minute blocks followed by 30 minutes rest. And in those 30-minute rests, typically I am doing something. And between this time and this time, so between 12:30 p.m. and 1:30 p.m., that's when I break between 11:30 and 12:30 p.m., I break my fast within that period. I typically break it with some oats. I eat the same thing every day. I particularly break it with some oats. And I don't eat again. I have an eating block between 3:30 and 5:30, which is at my rest block. So even if you have idle time, schedule in that idle time. If you have free time, schedule it in, and ideally if you can fill that up with activities. But sometimes, especially me who's online a lot, I just want to disconnect. I just want to disconnect from online because all this internet shit, it can get to you. So yeah, that's what I recommend. So day 2, am I getting any urges? Of course not, because I've mastered this shit. I'm not getting any urges to whip because it's a weak action. It will weaken me. You weaken yourself every single time you watch porn, basically, because you're performing a weak action. Each time you perform a weak action, you're weakening yourself. Each time you perform a strong action, you're strengthening yourself. And this is why I recommend simply just going 90 days without sex retaining your semen, that's going to make you strong because it's a strong action. But what's a stronger action is to engage in the act and in the art and in the natural form of sex with your partner, with your wife in an ideal circumstance, and retaining your semen, and you're controlling your ejaculation whilst you are engaging in the act. That is going to make you even stronger. That's what I want you to understand, and that's basically what I'm trying to get people to, because when you realize you never need to ejaculate. Ejaculation is, David Dider talks about it should be a conscious choice. So ejaculation is not necessary once you've learned how to have non-ejaculatory orgasms. Once you've had orgasms, the need or the desire for ejaculation completely dissipates. So then you realize truly, because you should only be ejaculating to produce a child. So the woman must be ovulating, it must be timed, and that's the only time you should ejaculate. And you should never ejaculate back to back. And I understand how it is, because I remember day 2, there was a time I couldn't get past a week on this no fap shit, semen retention. It was just so bad. I had girlfriends, and I was fucking my girlfriends, ejaculating, going home, beating it out. And I'm thinking, if I just had the correct parental figure, if I had someone like myself now, back then, guiding me, I would have been a millionaire by age 25. Easily, with all that energy I wasted, all that wasted time doing the internet shit, because I did 100K my first year in business when I was in my early 20s. I did 100K in my first year in business, and I was beating my meat and fucking my girl, ejaculating every single time. So I'm thinking, imagine from age 18, I had, guys, honestly, a big part of my success, I don't want to attribute it all to semen retention, but a big part of my success is due to not squandering my energy. So I have energy when I get on meetings with clients, when I get on meetings and I have to do work, when I have to work, I have energy to devote to whatever I need to. Anyways, that's it. I'm about to make my oats with banana, some chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, all that kind of shit, peanuts, and that's going to keep me satiated until my one main balanced, strong, solid meal of the day. Let's go, let's get it.